My beloved child, imagine yourself as a weary traveler standing at the edge of a vast, endless ocean. The waves roar before you, each crash a reminder of mounting bills, shattered dreams, and the heavy weight of expectations. Behind you, the shoreline of your past crumbles, leaving no place to retreat. Every step forward feels impossible, as if the very sands beneath your feet are slipping away. And yet, deep within your soul, a whisper rises, what if this ocean isn't here to drown you, but to deliver you? This is where many find themselves when they lift a prayer for financial miracle, a plea not just for provision, but for a way through the storms that seem ready to consume them. It mirrors the plight of a Canaanite woman who, like you, faced an impossible situation. Her daughter was tormented by a demon, and every solution seemed beyond reach. Yet, she clung to hope. She believed in a man named Jesus, a healer, a miracle worker who could bring light into her darkest hour. Her faith was like a single, fragile thread holding together the torn fabric of her life. Have you ever felt like that? Holding on to hope with trembling hands, even as doubt whispers in your ear. Perhaps you've whispered your own prayer, seeking relief from financial burdens that grow heavier each day. This woman's journey was not just about finding Jesus, it was about overcoming rejection, breaking through silence, and persisting despite every obstacle. She walked through a crowd that saw her as unworthy, pressing forward with a mother's fierce love. And when she finally stood before him, her words were filled with the echoes of sleepless nights and silent tears. Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. But Jesus did not answer her, not a word. Have you ever faced such silence? The kind that makes you question whether your prayers are heard, whether you're truly seen. That silence is not a rejection, it is an invitation to deeper faith. The Canaanite woman refused to be discouraged. She knelt before him and cried, Lord, help me. It was not a plea of desperation, but a declaration of trust in the only one who could meet her need. Her story is a mirror to your own. When you stand at the edge of an impossible situation, lift your voice in faith, even if the answers seem delayed. Know this, the silence of heaven is not its absence. Like the ocean before you, it is vast, powerful, and waiting to part. Your persistence, like hers, can turn impossibilities into miracles. Step forward, my child, and trust in the one who is always listening. Does unshakable faith truly change your destiny? Let me take you to a moment that mirrors your heart's deepest longing. Picture a mother, her hands trembling, her knees worn from prayer, yet her spirit unyielding. The Canaanite woman knew rejection. She felt the sting of unworthiness, the cold glances that spoke of her outsider status. And yet, none of this could diminish her faith. She believed that if she could only reach Jesus, just a word from his lips would bring healing to her suffering daughter. Do you feel the same way? Do you wonder if your prayer for financial miracle can truly change your circumstances? Let me assure you, my child, that your faith has not gone unnoticed. Faith, after all, is not about seeing the end of the road, it is about walking it anyway. The woman's journey to Jesus was not smooth. Her cries for mercy were met with silence, and then with words that tested her resolve. How many times have you felt tested? as though your prayers were met with a closed door. But hear this truth: every closed door is an opportunity to knock louder, to persist, to lean into the promise that God's delays are not his denials. Her reply to Jesus, humble yet unwavering, was a masterpiece of faith. She accepted her position with grace, yet boldly declared, even the dogs eat crumbs that fall from their master's table. Such humility, combined with unshakable belief, unlocked the miracle she sought. In that moment, Jesus turned to her and said, woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted. Her daughter was healed, not because of her status or her worthiness in the eyes of others, but because of her relentless trust in the one who holds all power. Now, reflect on your own heart. How often have you let the weight of your circumstances convince you that the crumbs of life are all you deserve? Yet, even the smallest crumbs from the Master's table carry the fullness of his power. Your faith, however small or fragile it feels, is the bridge between the impossible and the miraculous. When you lift up your prayer for financial miracle, know that it is not the size of your faith that moves mountains, but the greatness of the God in whom you place it. So, what will you do now, my child? Will you allow doubt to define your destiny? Or will you hold firm like the Canaanite woman, trusting that even when the answers seem distant, the miracle is already set in motion? Let this truth anchor your soul: the God who commended her faith and granted her request is the same God who hears your every whisper, sees your every need, and moves heaven and earth to bring his promises to pass. Step forward, not in the assurance of what you see, but in the boldness of faith that knows the best is yet to come. The testing of faith, a journey through silence. Have you ever stood in the stillness of the night, crying out with all your heart, only to be met with silence? It is in these moments, when heaven seems quiet, that the testing of faith reaches its most profound depths. The Canaanite woman knew this silence. She approached Jesus, her heart heavy with desperation, and pleaded, Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. Imagine her anguish, her hope trembling on the brink of collapse. Have you been there? Have you lifted a prayer for financial miracle? Pouring the disciples urged Jesus to send her away, as if her cries were a disruption, a burden too great to bear. But she did not retreat. She did not let their judgment or his silence drive her away. Instead, she came closer. She knelt before him and uttered a simple yet powerful plea, Lord, help me. Welcome to the channel, Prayer for Financial Miracle. Here, you will see financial miracle stories in the Bible, and you pray and apply. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help your life.